So I've got the power seat out of the 64 Cadillac. Power seat doesn't work. So hooked it up to power, and this old thing has front, back, up and down at the front, and up and down at the rear. So these yellow cables right here, that goes to this ram that raises and lowers the front of the seat. The blue goes to the rear of the seat rail, and then that raises and lowers the back of the seat rail. And the black comes over here, and this is what moves the rail, the track front and back. So you have one motor. Motor has, there we go, sorry about the glare. So one motor that puts the drive into this transmission, and then your seat switches will now kind of do some hokey pokey in here, and that'll dictate which yellow, blue, or black kind of gets the drive. So if I look at, there's front and rear, right? So the drive works. There's rear, and then this is the front. So the motor spins, and the issue is something in this transmission here. So I'm going to pull the transmission, we'll crack it open, and see what we find. So I've got the transmission split open. This metal drive shaft right here, that's where the motor kind of puts the drive into the transmission. It's a metal gear. It goes into these 3 plastic helical gears. It's a constant mesh deal, so all the teeth look good, everything rotates, that's working properly. Now there's 3-wire connector over here, and I think when you hit the front back, or up and down at the front, or up and down at the rear, each of these motors individually, this is going to be pushed out. So I'm guessing there's a coil in here for a solenoid, and that's going to push this out, which then is going to engage with that gear. And then this, for example, would be the black, and then this one here would be the blue, and then this one's the yellow. So this is super gummy. Electrically, all that stuff might work, but it's super, super gummy. The grease is almost lost its slippage or over the years, and it's become really gummy. So I'm gonna take it apart and just clean all that, put some fresh grease, and then see if electrically I can get these things, these solenoids, to engage to the plastic gear. If that works, put it back together, and it should work, tickety-boo. Ooh, wait. See that? Fucking spider senses. Spidey senses. So there's the 3 solenoids. Sleeve, sleeve. The center one was stuck, so it didn't want to move. That's why I had to pop it out with the screwdriver. So I'm just gonna take these out, clean them up, put some fresh grease in there, put them back together, and see if I can get them to click 1, 2, 3. So here's one of the motor drives. This is the one that was stuck the most. If you look in here, it's really sticky. It's really tacky. So that's the old grease, and it's broken down and all the slippery parts have evaporated. So I just have a little bit of brake clean, a little bit of Scotch-Brite pad, and I'm just going to go in here and try to clean up all that varnish. Not super aggressive, just trying to get rid of all that shit on the... I'm cleaning the shaft. Getting rid of the shit on my shaft. Oh, comes apart completely. I guess we'll clean that part too. So there you go, nice and clean. So these metal sleeves, that's what the solenoid is going to pull down, right? So how that works is this is going to sit in here, and the spring keeps the gear and the drive separated. So the gear's always spinning, but it doesn't actually turn the mechanism until the solenoid pushes that aluminum gear to engage, and that's what spins the motors, right? So this sleeve here for the solenoid has to move freely, and they were all gummed up and seized, so they were stuck. I'm not going to put any grease in here because the surfaces, I've got them all cleaned up now. It's a plastic sleeve on the inside of it, so I think it's just going to be good with no lube on that. The rest of it, the shafts, the gears, I'm going to put some lubricate on it. So we'll just slide this back together here. Look at that, tickety-boo. Now this does have to rotate, so I am going to put some lubricate. Lubricate is just like a white grease. It's used a lot for engine assembly, stuff like that. Mine's been sitting for a long time, so I just got to knead it a little bit, kind of, so it's not all just gross and separated. It's like a white paste. It's a really light grease. I don't want anything super heavy that's gonna get gummy on these things. So here we go. That goes in there. Okay, so what I've done is I've hooked up my jumper wires to a battery, and when I touch each of those 3 wires, one at a time, I should hear a click, click, click from the solenoids if it's working. So here it goes. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's 2. Son of a bitch. I think we just fixed the Cadillac power seat. There we go. And then, let's see. Son of a bitch. Look at that. Oh, baby. We got front, back, side to side. Yeah, buddy. So just another view of the 3 switches here. So this is front, up, and down. So there we go. There's front, up, and down. There's back, up. There's all up. And then there's front, back. Son of a bitch, eh? That is a beautiful thing. Yeah, wonderful.